Hello guys, my name is Advocate Siddharth Jain of Lexis and Company. Today we will discuss about the various sources of Hindu law. The sources of Hindu law can be classified into two heads: ancient sources, which contains Shruti, Smriti, digest and commentaries and custom, and modern sources, which consist of justice, equity, good conscience, precedent, and legislation. So Shruti means that which has been heard. The word is derived from Shru, which means to hear. In theory, it is the primary and paramount source of Hindu law and is believed to be the language of the divine revelation through the sagas. Each Veda has three parts: Sanhita, Brahmin, and Upanishad. The Shruti include the Vedas along with their component. Smritis. The word Smriti is derived from the root Smriti, meaning to remember. Traditionally, Smritis contain those portions of the Shrutis which the sagas forward in their original form, and the idea whereby they wrote in their own language with the help of their memory. Thus, the basis of the Smritis is Shrutis, but they are human digest and commentaries. After Shrutis came the era of commentators and digest. Commentaries and digest covered a period of more than 1,000 years from 7th century to 1800 AD. In the first part of the period, most of the commentaries were written on the Smritis, but in the later period, the works were in the nature of digest. Custom is regarded as the third source of Hindu law. From the earliest period, custom is regarded as the highest dharma. Custom is principal source and its position is next to Shrutis and Smriti, but usage of custom prevails over the Smritis. Uh, Indian courts recognize three types of custom: local custom, class custom, and family custom. The modern sources: justice, equity, and concise. Occasionally, it might happen that a dispute comes before a court which cannot be settled by the application of an existing law, rule in any of the sources available. Such a situation may be rare, but it is possible because not every kind of fact situation which arises can have a corresponding law governing it. The courts cannot refuse to settle a dispute in the absence of law. They are under an obligation to decide such a case. Also, for determining such cases, the court rely upon the basic values, norms, and standards of fair play and propriety. Legislations are acts of parliament which have been playing a profound role in the formation of Hindu law. After India achieved independence, some important aspects of Hindu law have been codified. Few examples of important statutes are the Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, Hindu Succession Act. Precedents. After establishment of British rule, the hierarchy of courts was established. The doctrine of precedent, based on the principle of treating like cases alike, was established. Thank you.